It's early September. Current temperature 92 degrees, feels like 108. Current humidity 80%. Heck yeah. Let's go enjoy Animal Kingdom. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Disney's Animal Kingdom and welcome back to the channel. Name change coming up shortly. Brand new name will be Fire Medic Adventures Unplugged. And I'll talk about that, what it all means in a later vlog, but keep an eye out for the name change coming up. I'll put a short vlog attached with that. But that aside, I decided to come out to Disney's Animal Kingdom, arguably one of their finest masterpieces and probably one of the best Disney parks as far as the domestic parks go. This I always like to call is Joe Rohde's masterpiece. This was his baby. He did a spectacular job on this place, and this place truly shows what Imagineering is capable of when you let them do what they excel at the most, which is Imagineering shit. Well, I came out here today for part 2 of my vlog. Remember about, I think it's been 2 weeks now, where I went to Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios and we're talking about the new and upcoming projects. Well, this is part 2 of that adventure. Animal Kingdom is probably going to be getting the largest overhaul of all of the announced projects at D23. What I'm referring to is they are going to take all of Dinoland USA and the and the Dinosaur ride attraction. All of that's going to completely get closed down, and this entire area, or that entire area is going to get an overhaul. The concept art looks pretty neat, but one thing we've learned about Disney and their concept art, got to take it with a grain of salt, because you never know what you're going to get when the final project is done. Perfect examples. Toy Story Land looks nothing like its concept art. Slinky Dog Dash was supposed to go through a trench, which would have been pretty cool. That didn't happen. There's no Al's Toy Barn gift shop. You know, Woody's Barbecue Roundup Rodeo thing didn't come till later. The Epcot project, you know, the big 3-story festival pavilion didn't happen. There is no fountain that was shown in the concept art. The inside of the new Communicore Hall is nothing like the concept art looked like. So hopefully Disney's going to turn over a new leaf on this, but we'll have to see. So what I thought we would do is we're going to walk around Disney's Animal Kingdom, and we're going to go over to Dinoland USA, and I'm going to show you everything that's going to get replaced. And also we're going to walk over and check out the Dinosaur ride, and if it's not too long, we'll ride it. But that's where the Indiana Jones attraction is supposed to go. And in this new Tropical Americas area, we're supposed to get the Magical House, Magical House, if I'm pronouncing that right. Forgive me, I haven't seen that movie. Would like to, just haven't gotten around to seeing it yet. But we're supposed to be getting that. That appears to be like it's going to be a slow-moving dark ride. And then the Indiana Jones attraction will obviously be another e-ticket attraction. There's also appearing to be a carousel that's going to go over there as well. While this is going to be neat to get, all right, here's my thing. Why in the world can't we put this somewhere else and add on to these theme parks? That's been one of the biggest complaints as of late, is Disney hasn't done anything to expand the parks. We've got a new attractions, but only 2 of them so far in the last several years have been actual expansions, Tron and Remy's. That's it. Everything else has replaced another thing. And with more and more hotels, resorts, Disney Vacation Club towers, with all of that stuff being built, more and more people are visiting these parks, which is putting more of a stress on everything. As far as crowds, you need to expand your parks. New lands are always exciting, but you need more space to filter people into. You know, this is the old architect design side of me coming out, but you always, anytime you're designing a place that you're going to have a lot of people, you want to build it with expansion in mind. Perfect example, Epic Universe. when that park opens, they're already going to start on expansions. That property has expansions already set aside so they can grow it. Same thing with Universal Islands of Adventure. They can expand if they need to. But Disney, they haven't done anything to expand. They've added new attractions, but the parks aren't growing. And where I think people get very frustrated is, you know, Walt Disney said when they purchased this land down here, is they said we've been blessed with the blessing of size, meaning we've got enough area to hold all of the imagination in the world. A great point, but they're not doing that. They're just replacing things. Like this Tropical Americas is going to be really nice, I'm sure, but it's not going to add on to anything. It's just going to replace Dinoland. We're not going to gain any attractions either. So the Magical House, which will replace the torn down Primeval Whirl, the Carousel is going to replace Triceratops Spin, and Indiana Jones will replace Dinosaur. So you haven't done anything as far as adding to, if that makes any sense. This land could very well easily be added on to Animal Kingdom somewhere. I know there's expansion room, there's a lot of room for it. But regardless, they're not going to do that, so we're going to make the best of this. And I'm going to show you where they're going to put this, and also how that's going to impact your Disney vacations in the near future, because Animal Kingdom is going to basically turn into kind of like a Hollywood Studios. When Hollywood Studios was, you know, undergoing all their transformation, their projects similar to Epcot. Hollywood Studios, though, was by far the hardest hit because they only had like 2 or 3 attractions the whole time that were running, and they really didn't tell people until after everybody spent money and got in there. And then they were pissed. People were pissed when they got in there. Like, there's only 3 attractions. You charged me over $100 to get in here? Yeah, that was a fun time. So anyway, we're gonna walk around the area, and I'm gonna show you what I think is where they're going to start construction, meaning where the walls are gonna go up, and then how far it's going to expand outward, and how that's going to impact your visit here. More than likely, probably from, I'm going to say they're going to want to start this probably around or after October break. Definitely my guess is they will have construction walls up by Christmas. If there are no construction walls by Christmas, it will be right after the marathon week. That's my other prediction, if this doesn't get started this year. But the way they've been talking, it sounds like that project is going to get started ASAP, because it's going to be a 3-year project. Once again, we're talking about Disney and timing, okay, with these projects. Keep in mind, Universal is going to have built Epic Universe, one of the largest theme parks in the world, in just over 3 years. And Disney's now saying they need 3 years to reimagine Dinoland. So, right? They need to get on it. They need to move faster, because honestly, when Epic Universe opens up next year, it's going to be a game changer around here. Some people don't think it will. I think it's going to make a huge difference. It's going to give people a taste of a brand new theme park, and they're going to get that thirst, that hunger for new adventure, new attractions, new experiences, and they're going to pull a lot of people away from here and go over to Universal, especially with Super Nintendo World. That's going to be a big draw, and How to Train Your Dragon. So time will tell, but I think it's going to be a big difference maker here. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's get our rear ends in the park, and let's go check out the area that is currently Dinoland USA and what will be the Tropical Americas. So right off the rip, I'm going to just say, if they do the Tropical Americas land correctly, it should look like this. This is the Oasis area. This is as you walk into Animal Kingdom. So many people walk right past this every day, don't even give it a second look. This is a beautiful area. Lots of waterfalls, lots of water features, lots of flowing water. It's a very, even in a hot day, you can be very cool, feel very cool in this area. But this is how Tropical Americas should look if it's done right. All right, coffee first. Got to get the creative thoughts going, and then we'll head over to Dinoland. But first, let's take a moment and enjoy this upside down oil rig that's the Tree of Life. Dinoland for a little bit longer. To reiterate, Disney did not say when construction is going to begin. However, this is a big project, so my guess is this is going to start relatively soon in the next few months. So this whole area is going to get remade into tropical Americas. So my guess is either they're going to put the construction walls over there right on the other side of the Discovery Island sign and block this whole bridge, or they're going to start the construction walls over here and then they'll keep this little area, this pathway, open as a way to get around the construction and still navigate the park in a 360 fashion. Because if all this closes down, you won't be able to access any of this, and you're really going to have to think about how you're working your way around the park. So right here, all of this is going to go. A lot of people were kind of upset because this play structure that we're going to walk underneath, this is called the dig site. A lot of people don't want this to go away. I will admit, it's a cool little play structure. It's kind of it's up there with the one in Jurassic Park at Universal. It's a really detailed and well-themed playground for kids and adults. I believe if you do the book, the Wilderness Explorers book, some of the clues are actually out here in the dig site. But if you can see, this is very well themed to an archaeological dig site. They call it the Boneyard. Fossil Fun Site. And all of this is all going to go by the wayside. But my big problem, though, is while it's never insanely packed, on really busy days, this helps disperse crowds around, especially with kids. And yes, there are Wilderness Explorer sites out here inside the dig site. Pretty cool. So this is going to go away, supposedly. And then this Triceratops spin, this is all going to be gone. In the concept art, that merry-go-round they're talking about looks to be right in that area. And if you're not familiar, I've talked with this before. I've talked about how this area is themed. But we'll mention it again. If you notice, it looks like we're standing on a road, Route 66 to be more exact. And see the guardrail there? It looks like you're traveling down a road, traveling down Route 66, and oh, behold, you come upon a dinosaur-themed carnival that's been set up. It's kind of cool. Doesn't really match Animal Kingdom, debatable, but it's kind of a neat theme. Before they kind of let it go to crap, it was pretty cool. You know, they had Primeval Whirl, Primeval Whirl, which was a spinning wild mouse style coaster. That got torn down right after 2020. Nobody knows for sure why. Disney never said why they tore it down, but they did. So that will be another, big improvement, because we'll actually have another attraction out here. Hard to say where the magical house is going to go. My guess, if you see this blue fencing, this is right where Triceratops Spin used to be. My guess is it's going to go in this area somewhere. They have a lot of land to work with. I just hope they do a good job on this. But if you can look at the ground. This is again, I talk about theming, all about theming. They still do it to current times, but nowhere near like they used to do when I was a kid. Any of you 80s children out there, remember the traveling carnivals that would go to the various places and set up in the parking lot? I have some great memories of those. But you can see all the parking lines for the cars. So it's just like they set this up in a parking lot. And it's made to look like a traveling carnival. But the one big obstacle this is going to create when this goes down for construction is you're going to lose an entire area of Animal Kingdom. And with other attractions being closed around Walt Disney World, meaning Test Track and some of the others, it's going to create some real crowd issues during busy times. Meaning there's going to be a lot less for people to do, which is going to put a strain on all of the other attractions. Granted, Dinosaur and Triceratops Spin, or I'm sorry, Primeval Whirl aren't mega attractions, but when it's really busy during Christmas, spring break, stuff, times like that, they really, really help at dispersing people around. Same when Primeval Whirl used to be right here. That used to be excellent at getting people, you know, dispersed around the park. The one thing I will say to everybody watching this, if you're going to be out here over the next few months, the benefit is the temperatures are going to start to go down. This is kind of summer's not going quietly. Hi, Donald. So the benefit everybody's going to have coming here in the next few months is it won't be so damn hot. You know, we're still in summertime, but only a couple more weeks of this. It always seems, it's like when they say it's darkest before the dawn, it always seems to get the most hottest right at the very end of summer. It's like summer's going, yeah, just give you a reminder so you don't miss me the next 8 or 9 months. But the benefit to being here is going to be you can actually take some time and really take a look around and just admire this area, because it is very well themed. You know, it's like this gift shop here. It looks like something you would see along Route 66. And take a look at all this stuff here. You know, like this bumper with the dinos. You know, a lot of people don't even realize this stuff is here. But yeah, tons and tons of theming around here. Even in the gift shop. It's like this right here. Rough, scaly skin, making you groan. Don't despair. Use fossil foam. It's brilliant. We'll take a little walk around the gift shop here. So one thing you can take a look around. I mean, just look at the ceiling up here. They don't have it running, but there is a train that runs along these tracks up here. I'm just hoping that when they redesign all this, that they keep some of this nostalgic type theming in place. They even have the extra tracks hanging up there. I mean, this is a cool little shop. Even the fuel pump island right here. Wow, 41 cents per gallon. Too bad we can't go back to that, huh? I mean, they could easily put a scavenger hunt up in here of things to look for. And you could keep yourself busy for a better part of an hour looking for stuff. Like even up here, where the train is, they have all of these model setups up here. Too bad the train's not running. And this up here, they have the work lights laying on their sides. Those lights you use for working on your car. Oh, anybody remember these things? Holy smokes! We had one that had basketballs in it. You fill this with water and you push the 2 buttons down there. And you try to get the rings into the baskets. Holy smokes. Man, this brings back memories of childhood. Holy cow. Well, how much is this thing? Oh, it's 20 bucks. That's not terrible. That's a cool pin with Mickey and Walt. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. My hope is that with the dinosaur attraction and that closing, that they'll come out with a commemorative pin or something for that ride. All right, well, let's take a little walk around here. So this is the carnival area. Once again, Triceratops Spin right here. Primeval Whirl used to be right where this fencing is. So what we'll do is we'll walk all the way through here, and I'll show you where I think they're going to put the construction walls on the other side. And then we'll walk back and we'll explore the dinosaur area where the ride is. Got a nice little photo op here. Now this is the far-reaching area of Dinoland. And straight ahead is the big Theater in the Wild, where the Finding Nemo show is. One thing I did not know is that this theater used to be open. It was open in the back. That's where the Tarzan show used to be. You ever want to see an amazing show? Go to YouTube and type in Disney's Animal Kingdom Tarzan show. Oh my gosh. That was a fantastic show, man. But basically, this theater used to not be enclosed. It had a back wall. This back wall was all open. But when you see that Tarzan show, it's like, it just kind of makes you long for the days of old at Disney World. Back when they actually put a lot of effort into things. I'm not saying this isn't a good show, but when you put the Finding Nemo show up against Tarzan, my goodness. So, take a look at it. YouTube, Tarzan show, Disney World, Animal Kingdom. Take a look. You'd be amazed. So we're here at Theater in the Wild. I don't think this is going to get reworked. I think this is going to be kind of left alone because it just kind of sits out here all on its own. And you can see Everest through the trees. And right over here is the lagoon where the old Rivers of Light show used to be. That's one thing they really need to do too if they're going to do all this work. The Animal Kingdom needs to be a full day parking, and what I mean is they need to stay open until 10 or 11 like they used to, and they need to bring back a nighttime show. They have this beautiful lagoon and this huge seating area that they built specifically for Rivers of Light, and it doesn't even get used. And because Animal Kingdom closes so early, that's what puts all the pressure on the other parks, especially now that it's party season. You know, you got Magic Kingdom that closes a lot of nights now at 6 p.m. for the party. The Halloween party, and then soon will be the Christmas party, and so that shoves all those guests from not only Animal Kingdom but Magic Kingdom into Epcot or Hollywood Studios, and those parks only stay open until 9. So for the kind of money they're charging now, people are kind of getting ripped off on the hours, especially when you compare it to Disneyland. Disneyland stays open till midnight, and California Adventure stays open till sometimes 10, 11, 12 p.m. sometimes. So yeah, no reason they can't keep these parks open longer here. They just don't want to spend the money. And they might not have the cast members either. That's the other issue. All right, anyway, enough of that. So right here where you see this split in the road, to the left takes you to Dinoland. To the right is that one area I was talking about earlier that kind of goes around Dinoland. So my guess is they will keep this open so they can keep people moving. And this right here is where all the work walls will start to go. And then obviously all of this will be under construction for the new Tropical Americas. Man, that is like a screech owl. So right here, this is kind of the entrance. It amazes me how parents just let kids scream their heads off and they just like act like it's normal. And that child was old. He was at least 7 or 8. Anyway, this area here is meant to represent, like I said earlier, traveling down a roadway. And, oh, look at this. Chester and Hester's Dinorama, Rides, Fun, and Games. Let's go check it out. So, pull off the road here and into the dinosaur land. Or the dinosaur carnival area. Another fun fact, this is the only area on all of Disney World property that you'll see any carnival style games. They don't exist in Disney. The other thing you can do is I think you can get like a game card or a game pass. You spend I forget how much money it is, but for certain amounts of money, you can take that card with you and play all these games. That might be something fun to do before this closes down. We'll just go have some fun, play some old school carnival games. Even Chester and Hester, man, I'm surprised Mickey hadn't sued them. They're stealing Mickey's line there. Might have lawyers on the line for that one. But not see you real soon, it's see y'all real soon. So that's maybe how they got around it. All right, as we're exiting out of here, we're gonna go over to the dinosaur area. One of the other major issues that happened here post 2020 was Animal Kingdom used to be the best park for character meet and greets. They had so many here, and they just all went by the wayside and never came back. One of the best character meet and greets was right here, right by this tower that says Eat. There was an airplane, looks like an airplane hangar here. This was Launchpad McQuack's meet and greet spot. And then back in here, this was like a prehistoric trail area. There were tons of meet and greets back here. There still are. Like there's Daisy back here, and then there's Chip and Dale in their dino outfits. But there used to be a lot more tucked back in here. Man, that kid is still screaming. And this is Dinosaur. So if you've heard them talk about the future Indiana Jones attraction, this is it. This is exactly where it's going to go. My guess is they said this is going to stay open a little while longer than the rest of Dinoland. So maybe they're going to start construction over there, because that realistically is probably going to take the longest. And then maybe 6 months after that starts, after spring break maybe, they'll start working on this. But this is supposed to be the new Indiana Jones ride out here. That one I'm looking forward to. I really am, because I love the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland. That is amazing. And from the concept art, it looks like this is going to be a giant temple back here when this is all done. What this display reminds me of with this, I think this is the Iguanodon. This is the one you're actually looking for in the ride. But this kind of what they call static water supply, meaning there's not a whole lot of water moving. It's just kind of there for effect, because it looks like he's kind of standing in it, which is cool. This reminds me of the Universe of Energy. Anybody remember that entryway? As you went into the ride, it had the big Universe of Energy sign, and then right below it was similar. It was a static water supply like this, and then it had the big mirrors behind it, and that said Universe of Energy. That's exactly what this reminds me of. So this is Dinosaur, future Indiana Jones attraction. Now we're not sure if Indiana Jones is going to open long before the rest of the park expansion will, or not the expansion, but the renovation. They haven't really said, but they just said that this is going to stay open a little while longer for everybody to kind of enjoy it before they go tearing it down. Like, one of the things I think is really cool, and you don't know it if you're not looking for it, but this building right over here that looks like a tent, like a research tent right here, this is actually a bar. And they got some pretty spectacular drinks in there. But it's so well hidden, you don't even know it's there. In fact, if you walk past this sign, you'd never know that that was a bar. Just walking by, it just looks like a research facility. Right where this Airstream camper is up ahead. In here is Restaurantosaurus, and this has got some really, really amazing theming in here. But again, take a look around. Look at everything on the roof. Like, they got a cooler up there that's been leveled out by shoes, and some chairs up there. Look like people are chilling out up there. There's some boots. There's some cans stacked up against the window. There's a golf club with a bucket of golf balls. Honestly, I've never seen half of this stuff, because there's so much going on. Everybody's just wandering through here, not even paying attention. Take a look at this. So I think I know what's going on up here. So you got the cooler that's balanced out by shoes. You got it anchored down. There's beer cans everywhere. What goes with beer and a bunch of chairs on the roof? There's a giant bow right there, and they got some arrows but with plungers on the tips. So my guess is the theming is they're sitting up there shooting these arrows at somebody or something. How creative. So yeah, take the time and look at everything. I mean, right up there, right on the Osaurus sign, there's a couple of mice or rats up there. And over there they got clothing hanging outside the window, and there's the beer can wind chime up there. And of course, all over the roof you see these little metal spikes. Those are all lightning rods. We've covered those before too. Let's help keep all the guests safe and cast members. So this is inside Restaurantosaurus. You know, again, anything they build here after they get rid of all this, I can only hope that they theme it as well. This kind of reminds me of the backlot restaurant at Hollywood Studios. But they got the Dino Institute flag up there. You know, it's like a cabin, got an old fireplace. And then through here, this is part of where the research is. So it's like it's been added on to. So perfect place where they can maintenance all the vehicles. And then in here, there's so many people in here. I don't want to film everybody eating, but the bar is actually right through there. And then this is more seating. You can even tell this is a maintenance shed. Look at all the greasy handprints on everything. So that one area we were in, kind of like the annex areas right here, where it's kind of changes shapes. What is the part of Launchpad McQuack's meet and greet area right there? And they even have like a little attachment, like an ice cream stand over here. And there's tons of shaded seating around here too. I am curious as to what they're going to do with this. If this is going to stay, or they're going to move this. Or just let them roam around the park. So that, ladies and gents, is Dinoland USA. That's everything. Like I said, this area here is awful big. So I have no idea what they're going to put here. You know, if you think about it, there's a lot of area here. They only had 2 attractions in the new concept art. Is this going to be like Galaxy's Edge where we have a bunch of wasted space? I hope not. Once again, we got to make things bigger so we can add on to accommodate all of the new guests coming in. That's a big deal. But as you can see, just from me walking, how big of an area this is. And when they go to tear all this apart and rebuild it, there's a lot that's going to need to be done. Oh, one other thing I want to show you. I just noticed this mural that's up above the bathrooms down here. I thought this was kind of a neat little nod to the park. US 498. Animal Kingdom opened in April of 1998 on Earth Day. And right here, you know what's crazy is I've been coming here for the better part of 7 or 8 years now, and I've never noticed this back here, ever. This is a big mural for the Dino Institute where the dinosaur ride is. How freaking cool is this? Now, unfortunately, this is probably most definitely going to go with the new construction. But as I've said, even me, I see new things every time I come here to the parks because there's so much. Oh, and then back here, again, I hadn't seen this before either. This is the parking lot for Dinorama. Parking is, inflation, $2 up from 50 cents. All right, let's take a moment and revel in the DuckTales theme song. Let's hear it for some DuckTales, huh? How many of you had some memories brought back from hearing that one, huh? Right? We're gonna wrap this one up and we'll get this edited. And then when we come back at some point soon, we'll come back and I'll do a vlog of all of the attractions of Dinoland USA, and we'll go play around in the dig site or the boneyard, whatever they call it. Best to do this when the sun goes down because it gets pretty warm in there. Exiting out of Dinoland. Here we are back in the Oasis where we started this journey, and we'll finish it right here. Actually, we'll finish it in the car. What the heck. Enjoy this tranquil walk through the Oasis of Disney's Animal Kingdom. Well, after that little journey to Animal Kingdom, what do y'all think? Are you excited for the new Tropical Americas area of Animal Kingdom? I think that it goes well with the theming of Animal Kingdom. You know, Tropical Americas, they got all the different lands, Africa, you know, the Asia, where Everest is and all that. I think that's a good idea from that standpoint. The Dinorama, the Chester and Hester's Dino Bash, I could also see kind of maybe where that would play in, as if, you know, you're making your journey around the world and you stop off at this little carnival. You know, it makes sense. It just at times though felt like Dinoland was kind of lost and forgotten. It was like, oh, we got all this land, let's just throw something in here. How about a traveling carnival? Got it, let's do that. You know, so who knows, you know, why they came up with that, but it's interesting. I just hope they do a good job with it. That's all I ask. Don't do a shitty job with Indiana Jones. Do a good job. So, let me know in the comments if you're looking forward to this or not, or what you expect. Is it better than what you expected? Is it worse? And we shall see in time if it's going to be just like the concept art or not. I don't know. Or we will soon find out in probably a few months. One other thing, Dinosaur, like I said, is going to stay open a little bit longer than the rest of the land. That one I don't think will close till around spring break next year, would be my guess. Just a guess. So, or it'll close after the marathon at some point, somewhere in that slow time between marathon and then February, March. But we'll find out shortly. All right, everybody, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for your subscriptions. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. There's lots more cool shit ahead. And thanks again for your comments and engagements. I will see you all again very soon. Have a fantastic day and fantastic afternoon. Main Street Fire Rescue is out of service. This has been the truth. It's been actual. And I hope for everybody watching, it was mighty satisfactual. See ya.